Hello everybody and welcome back again to Let's Play The Witcher 3 Blood and Wine DLC. So, in the last episode we killed Detlef, or well, Regis did, I suppose. But it seems like the story is not quite over yet. We can now talk to Syanna again about her motives, because apparently she intended to kill the Duchess too. Which is not really that surprising, isn't it? After all, she told us in the last few episodes. But I mean, we can talk to her, so why not do it? I'm currently here in front of the barber because Garrett needed another shave. And I noticed that apparently there is another quest over here. So why not check that out first before we go and talk to Syanna, who apparently is no longer in the land of 1,000 fables. Not sure if she just came back on her own or if someone got in there to get her and arrest her again. I have no idea. But yeah, something is going on over here.
Take good care of yourself. I imagine you've been all over the world.
So... Oh, it's somewhere down here.
Yes, a face no ointment could help.
Once. So, if folk come to consider...
Oh, it's Guillaume. What's going on with you?
Guillaume, what are you doing here?
Leave me be. Without my Vivian, life has no meaning. You are the last to whom I wish to speak.
Well? Is this actually a quest? I don't know, it doesn't seem to be an actual quest, but come on guy, have some self-respect. Get a grip. It's not my fault that you hinged your entire self-worth on a relationship with a woman that you barely knew because you only idolized her from a distance, and then she turned you down because, you know, sometimes that happens. So, yeah, don't let yourself go like that. But, yeah, no, I did not get a quest from this. So, I suppose we can just continue and talk to Syanna now. Yes, she's at the palace. And yeah, you can actually see some traces of the vampire attack. There are a lot of buildings that have burn marks and that are getting repaired. However, whatever happened to the other vampires, I wonder? I mean, did they just abandon their attack after Detlef died? I would have expected that to make them only angrier, but I don't know. Maybe we just defeated them and they left, or I have no idea. I don't think it was mentioned what happened to the other vampires. But for better or worse, they seem to be gone, so yay, I suppose.
A witcher.
Alright, this seems to be a place where I'm supposed to go to talk to Syanna. Let's have a look. So we can go inside the palace after all. At least a tiny part of it. Oh, and seeing all this stuff reminds me, I kind of want to check if the stuff that I picked up in the land of 1,000 fables. No, I don't think any of that made it into the real world. Like the gold that I got from the Golden Panther. I don't see it anywhere. So I guess all of the loot we picked up in that place just vanished when we left. Well, this is still here, but this was a real knight who entered the land and we took his real stuff, right? So it makes sense that this would persist, but the other stuff would just vanish. Yeah, I think all that stuff is gone. Okay, fair enough. Anyway, let's go and talk to Syanna.
Halt!
Need to see Syanna, urgently.
In the matter of?
Yeah, sure. Let's just be truthful and straightforward.
Need to interrogate her. New facts have come to light. Need them explained. Seems she was planning your Duquesse's assassination.
Ah, fine then. You're that witcher who solved the murders, no? Then you've my permission, but only for a few minutes.
Promise to be brief.
That is all I need.
The witcher will speak with the inmate. You can take a momentary break.
As long as it's truly but a moment. Highly irregular, this.
Have you come to see how I fare? I'm fine, thank you. Artorius' ribbon worked wonders. It's a shame they took it from me.
I know who the 5th victim was supposed to be.
Goodness, you're simply a compulsive snoop. I'm in prison. Dettlaff is dead. Could you not just drop it?
Syanna, stop pretending you couldn't care less. I know it's an act, and it's really starting to wear. Why do you want to kill her?
For such an accomplished investigator to ask about the obvious? Come now, Geralt. Why do you think?
Well, she did kinda tell us. Yeah, because, she turned her back on you and forgot about you. That's pretty much what she said in the last episode or the one before. So, it may be envy, it may be the curse of the Black Sun if it exists, but I think it's mostly this.
Because she turned her back on you, then banished all memory of you?
Bravo, Geralt. Yet another riddle solved, and your sick curiosity sated. Well, what now? Off to share your discovery with Anna Henrietta? No, she's no longer in danger, true. But she very well might add a little something to your reward.
Definitely gonna tell her. Not necessarily for the coin, though.
Then why do it at all?
She ought to know. If only 'cause you'll probably try to kill her again if she ever lets you out.
I probably will.
Ever thought to forgive her? I mean, I can't speak for the Duchess and I can't judge what happened back then because I wasn't there. But it seems like this path only leads to more misery and more pain for everyone involved. So, yeah, why not just forgive her and stop dragging other people into your mess?
Perhaps, just for a second, you could stop dwelling on all the wrongs folk have done you and forgive her.
Why should I?
For old time's sake. You loved each other once.
Please. I don't know who fed you that rubbish, but...
Read your governess's diary. You played together, were inseparable. Henriette'd get you into trouble sometimes, sure. But there were also times she stood up for you. When you had nightmares, only she could calm you. Time eats away at memories, distorts them. Sometimes we only remember the good. Sometimes only the bad.
If she loved me so, why did she wash her hands off me? Forget me, hmm?
Well, like I said, I can't speak for her, so you might want to ask her yourself. Maybe, like I, suspected earlier, she just thought you were dead? I have no idea, but you should just ask her yourself.
Don't know. But you could just ask her instead of sending monsters after her.
Alright.
There's nothing she could say to change what she did to me, to justify it.
Maybe. But there's nothing out there to justify what you did to her and all Toussaint. Yet Anna Henrietta hasn't given up on you.
Ugh. You really want a happy ending, don't you?
I'm a sucker for a happy ending, right?
Ah, with all of us living happily ever after. Go, Witcher, or they'll give your medal to another. And that would be a shame.
Farewell, Syanna.
Alright. Well, I'm not really sure what that accomplished now, because she didn't really tell us anything she hasn't said earlier already. But I guess it's nice to have confirmation.
Commander de la Tour would like to see you. Shall we go at once?
Yeah, sure. I don't think there's anything else for me to do, so let's go.
Let's go. Want to see him too. Damien.
Geralt, it's about time. Ready for the ceremony?
Oh, well, nice scar.
Your face doesn't look good. Though it looked even worse last I saw you.
I apply a balm of arnica. Yeah, I hardly feel it anymore.
It adds character. Yeah, maybe, he should know about this as well.
Got some important information. Anna Henrietta was supposed to be Detloff and Syanna's 5th victim.
You are certain of this?
Completely. Found proof.
Inconceivable. How could she? The murders, the mayhem she brought down on the city, were they not enough? She sought to strike down her own sister, her liege. Traitor. I must alert my men. Enlarge the Duchess's honor guard. Make certain Sylvia Anna is closely watched during the questioning. I'll see to it personally. I thank you, Witcher, for alerting me, and I appreciate your attentiveness. Let's begin the ceremony. Come with me. The Duchess awaits. In the Guild's name, I beg your assistance, your enlightened highness. Without barrels, production will come to a stop, and it will be the end of us.
You lost them all in the fire. These are horrible tidings. Oh, we are most dreadfully saddened.
Yes, your enlightened highness all. Once the beasts had clawed their way into the warehouse, the whole place went up in flames.
I shall dispatch a palace guardsman to examine the site of the blaze. If things are, as you say, fitting compensation shall be paid from the ducal treasury.
Thank you, your enlightened highness. Your Grace, Geralt of Rivia has arrived.
My dear subjects, we come now to our next point of business. Of all the duties which fall upon my shoulders, as the ruler of this dominion, this duty is dearest to my heart. For now, we shall award the Order of Vitis Vinifera, Tucson's highest honor.
Geralt of Rivia, slayer of the beast of Beauclair, step forth.
We bestow the distinction upon the Witcher, who saved Beauclair from the terrible beast. Such is our desire. May this symbol serve as a reminder to all that the Witcher shall forever remain a friend of Beauclair. In more familiar terms now, I thank you immensely, Geralt. Damien has your reward for you. After all, it was but a contract.
Thank you.
I have a small surprise for you, in addition. I give you more than a dozen barrels of Son Real, a wine normally reserved for the ducal table.
Nice.
The gustatory experience of a lifetime awaits. Are you content?
Yes. But, I don't really want to ruin the mood of this event, but I think you deserve to know as well.
I am, and truly grateful, Your Grace. Sadly, I'm afraid I have to sour the mood. It's Syanna. She plotted to have you killed, Duchess. Planned to use Detloff. You were to be the beast's 5th victim.
This cannot be true. You're mistaken. You must be.
I have proof.
I do not believe it.
Well, that is your choice, of course. But if I were you, I would be careful.
In a moment I shall speak to Syanna. Will you assist me? You returned my sister to me, yet what you tell me now I find devastating. I've come to doubt that I can judge her fairly. I'd far prefer to learn you're mistaken, Geralt.
I'm not. In fact, I'd recommend you be particularly careful around her.
You exaggerate, Witcher. She is my sister. I know well how to speak to her.
If my presence will help in any manner, of course I'll stay.
We shall now question a person implicated in the murders which recently ravaged our fair city of Beauclair. Captain de la Tour, show Sylvia Anna in.
The Witcher will take part in our talk.
Well, she asked me to.
The Duchess requested I be present.
You have committed crimes. Grave crimes. Yet you are my sister, and my heart does not allow me to treat you as a common criminal. Nor does it let me believe you sought my demise. My heart yearns to know you were swayed by the monster Detloff. You yourself would never stoop so low. Thus I have asked Geralt to advise me, as one impartial. I shall now hear what he has to say.
Do I really have to make this decision? Yeah. I mean, she has been treated unfairly. Of course, this doesn't give her a free pass to treat other people like she did. But you can't completely ignore that, I suppose. So, yeah, maybe let's speak in her favor, even though I'm not entirely sure if she deserves it.
Bitterness consumes Syanna. She had cause to resent many of the court of Beauclair. I know her reasons, understand them even. But I can't condone the actions she chose to take.
What is he talking about, Syanna?
You know exactly what. I was forcibly exiled, remember? To your benefit. You knew well the throne would then be yours, though I was the elder. The ministers I can understand. They'd hated me since I was a child, thought me a poor prospect for the wife of a duke. I even understand our parents. I'd always sensed the problem. They simply feared me, for I dared to be free. That fabricated curse, it fell into their laps. A gift from above that brought relief. But you... your dagger hurt most. You were my Henrietta, dammit. My darling little sister. Now do you understand, Witcher? She betrayed me.
Yeah, I'm not quite following yet.
Claim to understand them all? Why'd you come back for revenge? Have them all cut down then?
They deserved my vengeance. They detested me, all of them, as long as I can remember. But Henrietta understood me. Once. She was all I could cling to. Her betrayal hurt the most.
And what exactly makes you so sure that she betrayed you? I mean, you were children.
You were children then. You and your sister both had no control over what happened.
You're wrong, Witcher. She had control. Remember, dear sister, the day they banished me from the palace? Of course, I'd had the idea to pelt the Nilfgaardian envoy with fish bladders, which we filled with rancid suet on a lark, and which you set afire at the last to impress me, I imagine. And I admit, you did. Hit him right in his hideous bald patch. Never laughed so hard in my life. But when it came time to find the culprit, you said not a word. I took all the blame and all the punishment.
It's true. I did not stand up for you. I was too afraid.
The council was unanimous. They listed all my offenses. My flights from the palace. Supposed acts of cruelty. Inappropriate friendships. They cast me out. But you, the only one to understand me, you cowered in a corner, lifted not a finger to help. Not before, not after. You never tried to find me.
That's not true. I searched for you, sent out knights, gathered tidings from without. You did not wish to be found.
Yeah, I kinda expected
Since
that.
the day you vanished, I have lived with the knowledge that I failed you. I'm sorry, dear sister. Can you forgive me?
Well, maybe we get some happy ending after all. At least a tiny one. Fitting for a fairy tale.
All in all, best part of the whole ceremony? It was short.
Perhaps for you, as you ducked out early. The others are probably just getting started. The drunkenness never ends in this quaint realm.
Not so fond of Toussaint after all, are we?
Oh, this place is like a strong wine, Geralt. Good in small sips. How do you find my personal brew? Not too strong?
Just right.
Credit the local mandrake of the Alrauna diavolis variety for that. The tubers which grow in this area's volcanic soil have an altogether unique flavour profile and display a remarkably uncommon dark brown tint.
Fascinating. All I can say is this batch turned out excellent.
Indeed. It might be wise to stockpile some roots for the future. Would you care to accompany me?
Right now?
You decide to go root picking now? It's dark out.
Geralt, even were I generously to assume it had simply slipped your mind that I am a vampire and thus need no light to see, I'd never believe you had also forgotten that you likewise have absolutely no trouble seeing in the dark. So, shall we?
Well, I have to use a cat potion for that though. But yeah, sure, let's go.
If you think it's a good idea, let's go. But I think you might be forgetting one thing. Fresh mandrake root of this variety is highly toxic, even to a witcher.
Ah, not a problem. I never forget matters of safety and hygiene in alchemy. Here, gloves and a mask. Don them, and you shall be in no danger.
Thanks. Right then, let's go.
Okay.
This
Put on a
moonlight
mask
makes
and
me
gloves.
oh so dreamy.
Penny for your thoughts. Let me guess. Succubus twins?
No, I was thinking about, oh, how anything can look interesting when properly lit.
Even an old necrophage corpse?
You've not an ounce of refinement in you, have you?
Nope. Nope, I have not. Okay, I need to put on the mask and gloves. Oh! They are actually quest items. Okay. That mask looks so weird. Alright, let's find some mandrake roots. No, those are puffball. Ah! That's a 1 of 2. And this is probably the second one. Yes. What does it say? Primislavos Wojcik, heroic hunter of insects and pests, spent his whole life exterminating bugs, now he lies in the earth among them. How fitting.
Now, where'd that bloodsucker go? Won't be easy to track down. He's a vampire after all. Damn it, where'd you go?
Well, apparently he still left footsteps.
Regis!
What's going on?
Damn it, where'd you go?
Oh!
You raise your hand against the vampire!
Raxa!
I did!
Well, hang on a second. I guess I can help you with that? Not that you really need my help, because you are much more dangerous than I am. Yeah, I think I didn't hit the Braxa even once.
Those Bruxae, they called you a traitor.
Alas, we've a very simple code of honor, we vampires. So simple you might call it trivial. Either one is with us, unconditionally, regardless of the circumstances, or...
Won't let it go, will they?
They will not. Fortunately, we've another rule, an unwritten one, and just as trivial as the first. It is neatly summarized in the saying, out of sight, out of mind. That is why I must leave Toussaint. For a vastly long time, most like.
Yeah,
Okay,
I get it.
I see.
Let us make for my camp. I've an overwhelming desire to have another drink.
Okay, let's have a drink.
Supreme bouquet. Firm, defined beginning. Then develops gently, rising to a startling finish. Don't you think?
Not much of a connoisseur.
Then it is high time you started your education. After all, the Corvo Bianco Vineyard is now yours. By the way, I left a gift for you at your new home. On the nightstand.
Thanks. Mind telling me what it is?
A trifle. That will nonetheless be useful should you need mutagens. Incidentally, have you thought about what you'll do with your prize? Shall you hang your swords over the mantle and take to pruning vines?
I don't think so. Yeah, I'm a witcher, and I think I'll keep on witchering until the day I die, so... Yep, that's what I'm going to do.
No, just not the life for me. Sure, might stop by there occasionally, stay the winter, fill up on wine. But I'd rather keep moving. It's not a choice being a Witcher. And once you are one, you're one for life. You can't just step off the path. Besides, plenty of work left for me in the world. Ghouls aren't gonna kill themselves.
Right.
Rather droll, isn't it, that each time we meet, something harrowing must happen? I can remember a night, not too far from here if I'm not mistaken. We hid in a cave while a blizzard raged all about. Does that sound at all familiar?
How could it not? We just set off to rescue Ciri from Vilgefortz.
Oh, our encounter with Vilgefortz. That is something I do not remember so fondly. But that first stay in Beauclair, far calmer than this one.
Seemed like a land straight out of a fairy tale back then. Its sole problem, cellars too small to accommodate all that wine.
Appearances, Geralt. Appearances, like Mamoons and Dopplers, deceive. So what did become of Vilgefortz?
Killed him. Sure wasn't easy, though.
Okay, and where will you go?
What about you? Any idea where you'll go?
Distance is of the essence. I thought I might venture south.
Nilfgaard?
Why ever not? The Nilfgaardians are a modern society. None there believe in vampires anymore. This fact alone could be very useful to one wishing to remain incognito.
Interesting point of view.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, it's still a bit time left, right? So let's sit a while longer.
I so don't feel like going anywhere. Sit here a while longer?
So we shall, my friend. We have witnessed, and in fact on several occasions incited, many great and weighty events. After all that toil, I believe we deserve a bit of a rest.
That we do.
That look at the camera. Okay. So here we are. The end of the DLC and the end of this game, because we finished it all. So, what's going to be next, you may ask? There is going to be another video in The Witcher 3, because just like I did for the previous two games, I will make a separate video where I talk about the game and give my opinion and what I liked and what I didn't like. I don't exactly know when that video will upload, somewhere in the next few days. It's going to be pretty long, I suspect, and since my voice is still not completely back to normal, I may record it in several parts, or I may wait a few days until I sit down to record it. We'll see about that, but keep your eyes open for that video, and I will discuss everything that I think about this game and maybe the entire trilogy in general and the DLC and, you know, everything that comes to mind. And pretty soon after that I will start my next Let's Play, which by the way is going to be Mass Effect Andromeda. So yeah, you can look forward to that. But for now, I guess we don't really need to watch credit.
Actually, I'd love to go home.
Oh, I actually got a new quest. Be it ever so humble, go home. Geralt decided to go home to Corvo Bianco. Okay, well, I spoke too early. The game is not over yet. Where am I exactly? At the cemetery, right? Okay, I'm just going to take the fast travel spot and I will go home, I guess. I mean, I would have gone back to Corvo Bianco anyway, because I think it's a good place to record my final verdict video. But why not do this now, since apparently I'm not done with all my quests yet. Okay. let's go home. And I think
The Dutch is small, but do you know any who's not heard of our wines?
apparently Regis left something for us on the nightstand.
Master Witcher, some unknown individual barged into the residence. I resisted as best I could, but to no avail.
Who is it?
Alas, they did not do me the basic courtesy of introducing themselves.
Okay. Well, I will have a look. Who might that be?
What's that smell?
Oh, hey!
You look good.
Ciri!
Come. Don't just stand there. I want a hug.
That's a surprise.
What did you bring?
A Garkin from Angren. I slew it. All by my lonesome.
That why you left Carrera so suddenly? Had no idea where you'd gone. Your note was puzzling. Don't try to find me. Threw me for a loop.
That was silly. It's just that I felt stifled in your shadow. I'd have suffocated had I stayed. So when I read that notice, the contract, when I saw Angren, I knew I had to do it. Alone. Without my nanny.
I'm not your nanny. I believe in you. Like my new house?
The house is lovely, but it could use a bit of work.
Yeah, got plans for it, don't worry. Wanna go outside? Could show you the grounds.
I already have done a lot of work on the house. You should have seen it before I got it.
Ah, it's lovely here. I could stay forever.
You sure you would like it? I mean, forever?
Nah, come on. You wouldn't like it.
Why not?
Get bored mighty quick. There's nothing here. It's peaceful, quiet, not a bloodthirsty beast in sight.
After that Garkin in Angren, I believe I deserve a little rest.
Indeed you do, mademoiselle, as my major domo would say.
You've a butler?
A steward. Name's Barnabas Basil. BB for short, though I don't know if he likes it. He's the one let you in. I'll ask him to bring in some fruit, a beverage. You can spend the rest of the day lying about.
Ah, nothing would make me happier.
So, yeah, let's catch up a little bit.
Being a witcher anything like you imagined?
Geralt, I didn't have to imagine anything. Remember, before we parted, we walked a good stretch of the path together.
Journeyman and master, though, not the same thing.
I'm still a long way from mastering anything, but I am trying. Anyway, I did learn from the best.
Just passed on what worked for me. Or at least tried to.
I was thinking of Eskel and Lambert.
Burn!
So, no regrets? Choice you made?
Not at all. I'm doing what I ever wanted to do. Being who I wanted to be. I believe that's one definition of happiness.
And I'm very happy that you are happy. So, yeah, run into any hate yet? I mean, I guess technically she's not a real witcher because she isn't like a mutant. But if she introduces herself as a witcher, she still might receive the same sort of hate that witches get, right?
Encountered the most charming aspect of being a witcher yet?
Which aspect is that?
The hatred, disgust, that strange blend of admiration, fear, and contempt.
They set their hounds on me in one village. In another, they forbade me from taking a drink from their well. Other than that, it's been all right. No one's tried to cheat me out of my reward so far.
I'd hoped they'd treat a woman differently.
Geralt, when they treat a woman differently in this world, it hardly ever means better. Quite the opposite.
That is a good point. But yeah, I always got the impression that one of the reasons why normal people hate witches is because of their mutations, and this would not, you know, apply to Ciri. But if she turns up in a village with 2 swords on her back and people see that she's like a witcher and hunts monsters, they still might apply the same stereotypes to her, I suppose. And yeah, tell me about that contract.
Angrin, how'd it go? Garcanes can be pretty tough opponents.
That's why I had to lure this one to a place both spacious and empty, where it would have nowhere to hide. I found an abandoned crypt far from any town or village.
Good choice. Always best to avoid additional casualties, so your foe had nowhere to hide. But the bastard was still damn quick, I bet.
Not as quick as I am. My greater worry was its strength. I was far outclassed there. But a dose of black blood did the trick. We fought a while, I feigned a mistimed dodge and let it drink. The rest was easy.
Alright, I guess that's all we can talk about, so see you later, I guess.
See you later, Ciri.
Take care of yourself.
Alright, and... okay, now that quest is complete, which means... yeah, that is the last of the quests, and this is how a quest journal should look at the end of a game, right? Completely empty, so I'm happy with that. And yeah, that was a nice little epilogue, I suppose. Nice talking to Ciri again, and I'm very happy that she's doing fine and that she's happy with her new life. So that was a neat little addition here. But yeah, I suppose there isn't anything else for me to do here. So I'm going to end this episode, I'm going to end this Let's Play. But as I said, there will be another episode, I will return home. I will have a look at the surprise that Regis left for me. And then we will talk about the game and my verdict on the game and the DLC and the trilogy as a whole, before we move on to the next game. I can't give you a timeline at the moment because it will depend on how my voice will be doing and stuff like that. So just keep an eye open on your subscription feed or follow me on Twitter, because I will make an announcement there. But I expect the video to be up in the next few days. And the first episode of Mass Effect Andromeda will be up shortly after, like maybe 2 or 3 days later. So that's what's going to happen in the following days. But now I want to thank you all for following this Let's Play, for leaving your comments and likes. It's been quite a ride, and without saying too much already, I can say that I have really enjoyed this game, so I will have a lot of good things to say, of course, about the game. But as usual, I also talk about some aspects that I think could have been better, because I like to do that. So yeah, look forward to that, but for today, let's end the game here with this beautiful view of Toussaint and Ciri sitting in the shadow. And as usual, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I will see you later for the verdict video or for my next Let's Play. So yeah, thanks and goodbye.